facing the truth is not always easy. Some people avoid it at all costs, and yet others seek it regardless. I think seeking truth is about opening ourselves up to reality and being willing to know reality, regardless of whether we like it or dislike it, agree with it or disagree with it. But you are got to ask yourself, why is it that some people are, let's say, innate seekers of truth, whereas others shun truth? They turn away from it. What blocks people from facing reality? For some of us, truth seeking comes naturally, but even we might have some unconscious blocks to knowing the full truth on any given matter. So what blocks people from facing reality? Well, I think first and foremost, a lot of us weren't raised in a culture that celebrated truth seeking. For a lot of people, for instance, things like social acceptance, status, and money were put on higher pedestal than what truth was. Many of us are beginning to break free from this conditioning, but there still can be a lot of pressure to simply toe the line, even if doing so is at the expense of truth. I think you've also got to consider that some people struggle to face the truth due to past trauma or conditioning from their early childhood experiences. And a lot of fear can be associated with seeking or facing truth if doing so had consequences when we were children. Some people also hold a certain identity that is tightly bound to what they already think they know about themselves or about others or about the world we live in. For instance, if someone has a fixed identity about being a good person, an outstanding person, then they'll deny anything that threatens this self-image. In the same way, if someone has firmly made up their mind about a social or political matter, it becomes very difficult to allow space for new possibilities to arise, because doing so threatens their identity, and which that can be very unsettling for some people. And in either case, it is the ego getting in the way of the truth being seen. Now, it's worth noting here that truth, it's often complex. It's not just a black or white matter. In order to engage in truth seeking, we need to be willing to embrace paradoxes and also the general complexity of life. We need to be comfortable with, I think, not knowing sometimes, because it's when we are open and uncertain that wider truths are able to reveal themselves. And some people struggle a lot with uncertainty because it means surrendering control. But it's only when we surrender what we think we know that we can discover what actually is. I believe it's only through self-love and self-care and compassion can we create a safe and a solid foundation from which to dive deeper into truth.